Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we re-journeying back in time to explore one of the most influential and longest-lasting empires in history, the Byzantine Empire. You might have heard it called the Eastern Roman Empire, and for good reason. It was, in essence, the continuation of the Roman Empire in the East, surviving for over 1,000 years after the fall of Rome in the West. So, where does our story begin? Picture this. It's the year 330 AD. The Roman Emperor Constantine the Great makes a monumental decision. He moves the capital of the vast Roman Empire from Rome to a new city, strategically located on the Bosphorus Strait. He names it Nova Roma, or New Rome, but it quickly becomes known as Constantinople, the city of Constantine. This single act set the stage for the rise of a distinct civilization that would blend Roman law and administration, Greek culture and language, and Christian faith. While the Western Roman Empire crumbled under the weight of invasions and internal strife in the 5th century, Constantinople stood strong. It became a beacon of stability, commerce, and culture in a world that was rapidly changing. Its formidable walls, legendary wealth, and strategic location made it the envy of the world. For centuries, it was the largest and wealthiest city in Europe. Now, let's talk about one of the most iconic figures in Byzantine history, Emperor Justinian I, who reigned in the 6th century. Justinian was a man of immense ambition. He dreamed of Renovatio Imperii, the restoration of the Roman Empire to its former glory. He launched massive military campaigns to reconquer lost territories in North Africa, Italy, and Spain. His brilliant general, Belisarius, achieved stunning victories, and for a brief moment, it seemed the old Roman lake, the Mediterranean, was once again under a single ruler. But Justinian's legacy is so much more than just his military campaigns. He was also a prolific builder. His most famous project? The magnificent Hagia Sophia, the Church of Holy Wisdom. When it was completed, its massive dome, seemingly floating on a ring of light, was an architectural marvel unlike anything the world had ever seen. It was so breathtaking that Justinian himself is said to have exclaimed, "Solomon, I have surpassed you." The Hagia Sophia would remain the largest cathedral in the world for nearly 1,000 years, a testament to Byzantine engineering and artistic genius. Justinian also recognized the need for legal order. The Roman legal system had become a confusing mess of centuries-old laws. So he commissioned a massive undertaking to collect, edit, and organize all of Roman law into a single, coherent body. The result was the Corpus Juris Civilis, or the body of civil law. This collection, often just called the Justinian Code, became the foundation for the legal systems of many modern European nations. Its principles of justice and jurisprudence influence law to this day. Life in the Byzantine Empire was a fascinating blend of the old and the new. Greek replaced Latin as the official language of the government and the populace. The people considered themselves Romaioi, or Romans, yet their culture was distinctly Hellenic. The Orthodox Christian faith was at the heart of their identity, woven into every aspect of daily life, art, and politics. The emperor was not just a political leader. He was seen as God's vice-regent on earth, a protector of the faith. This deep connection between church and state, often called Caesaropapism, led to intense theological debates that could shake the empire to its core. One of the most significant was the iconoclast controversy in the 8th and 9th centuries. The iconoclasts, meaning image breakers, believed that adoring religious icons, or images of Christ and the saints, was a form of idolatry. Emperors ordered the destruction of countless mosaics and paintings. This period caused deep division within the empire and with the Pope in Rome, further straining the relationship between the Eastern and Western churches. Eventually, the icons were restored, and this victory is still celebrated in the Orthodox Church today as the triumph of orthodoxy. Byzantine society was also known for its advanced bureaucracy and complex court etiquette. The imperial court was a world of its own, with elaborate ceremonies, titles, and a level of pageantry designed to awe visitors and reinforce the emperor's divine authority. They were also masters of diplomacy. When they couldn't defeat their enemies on the battlefield, they often used a combination of tribute, marriage alliances, and clever political maneuvering, a practice that gave us the term Byzantine to describe complex or intricate political schemes. But the empire was not invincible. It faced constant threats on all its borders. From the Sasanian Persians in the east to the Avars and Slavs in the Balkans, and later, the rise of Arab armies united by Islam. In the 7th century, the Byzantines lost vast territories, including Syria, Egypt, and North Africa, to the rapidly expanding caliphates. It was a fight for survival, and the empire was forced to adapt, reorganizing its military and administrative structures into themes or military provinces to better defend its heartland. Despite these challenges, the Byzantine Empire experienced several golden ages. Under the Macedonian dynasty, from the 9th to the 11th centuries, the empire saw a resurgence of military power, economic prosperity, and a flourishing of arts and learning, known as the Macedonian Renaissance. Scholars painstakingly preserved and copied ancient Greek manuscripts, from Homer and Plato to Euclid, ensuring this classical knowledge wasn't lost to the ages. Without the scribes of Constantinople, our understanding of the ancient world would be vastly poorer. However, a new threat emerged from the east, the Seljuk Turks. At the Battle of Manzikert in 1071, the Byzantine army suffered a catastrophic defeat. The emperor was captured, and the Turks overran most of Anatolia, the empire's main source of manpower and food. This disaster was a turning point. It was this event that prompted the Byzantine emperor to appeal to the West for military aid, an appeal that would ultimately lead to the First Crusade. The Crusades began as a call to help a fellow Christian empire, but they would ultimately prove to be a fatal blow. The relationship between the Crusaders and the Byzantines was always tense, marked by suspicion and cultural misunderstanding. The breaking point came in 1204, during the Fourth Crusade. Instead of fighting the empire's enemies, the Western crusading army, diverted by Venetian ambition, turned its sights on Constantinople itself. They sacked the city, looting its treasures and desecrating its churches. For the first time in its 900-year history, the Queen of Cities had fallen. The empire was shattered. Latin crusader states were established on its ruins, and though a Byzantine government in exile managed to recapture Constantinople in 1261, the empire was a shadow of its former self. It was weakened, impoverished, and surrounded by powerful enemies. The final act came in the 15th century with the rise of the Ottoman Turks. Led by the ambitious Sultan Mehmed II, the Ottomans had a new, terrifying weapon: massive cannons that could finally breach Constantinople's legendary walls. After a heroic 53-day siege, on May 29, 1453, the city fell. The last Byzantine emperor, Constantine XI Palaiologos, died fighting on the walls, a tragic end for a Roman emperor. The fall of Constantinople sent shockwaves throughout Christendom and is often cited by historians as one of the events that marks the end of the Middle Ages. So, what is the legacy of this incredible empire? The Byzantine Empire acted as a shield for Europe for 1,000 years, bearing the brunt of invasions from the east and giving Western Europe the time it needed to develop. It preserved the priceless knowledge of ancient Greece and Rome. Its Orthodox Christian faith shaped the culture of Eastern Europe, the Balkans, and Russia. Its art, with its golden mosaics and profound spiritual icons, continues to inspire awe. The Byzantine Empire was a civilization of immense resilience, brilliance, and complexity. It was the bridge between the ancient and modern worlds. A 1,000-year empire that, even after its fall, continues to echo through history. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the Byzantine Empire. I hope you found it as fascinating as I do. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next historical adventure. Let me know in the comments what part of Byzantine history you find most interesting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.